Susie. This is going to be so much fun to have that opportunity to chat with you today and help the audience for the Empower and Elevate conference get to know you a little bit if they don't, and also learn about your experience. You're going to be on the panel discussion that's talking about scaling without burning out. And that is your jam. You have you have scaled your business, and there may have been a few days of burnout in there, but we want to try and make it so that we don't do that. But go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Well, thank you so much. It's great to be here and share a little bit about this. I am Suzi Glover, owner of Suzi Glover State Farm, located in North Scottsdale. We do serve all of Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico as well. And we will be celebrating year 7 in business ownership and an agency. So I am in 10 years within my love for insurance, but 7 as a business owner.
That is fantastic. I absolutely love hearing of success stories because it takes a lot of resilience and perseverance to run a business and scale it.
Absolutely. There were things, and I think it's what kind of drew me to be on the panel that I had done right out the gate, observing others and realizing I didn't want it to hold me back in my business. I didn't want to have a long runway to meet our goals, to get farther ahead, and really to accomplish what I sought out to do, which was empower other women, make connections with other business owners, women specifically, business owners. And so I needed to, one, in some areas scale. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So there's others, as you said, in burnout, it's like, okay, what is taking a part of my day?
Yes.
And where can I really, go? But it's always been for me about team and building a team. And so as part of the scaling of adding more and more team and just seeing that really grow, develop, and become just a great thing.
That's a whole nother ball game when you're starting to add team members, and you have to, mentor them in the way that, or, build that culture, I guess is a good way to say it, of how your agency runs, and or however the business runs. Hang on just a second. I am going to have to edit this because so it's really a different ball game, and it's a different set of skills almost that you need when you go from just managing yourself and your business to building that team up. What was one of the first things that you did? Like, what was one of your first hires? Was it another agent? Was it a VA or somebody to help you with the admin?
Well, I'm grateful because part of the State Farm structure is you do have to have team. And I'd known about the structure and how to run an agency. And so, ideally of starting out the gate, like you needed to have 2 to 3 team members because you can't be out there marketing, you can't be writing business, and you can't be doing that in the office, so you have to be able to be out and having somebody be there to help customers that need it at the time that they need it. But there were other little things that I had done and realizing pretty quickly, so my first hire outside of that was a VA, and I hired Clover C to do my marketing. Because it was so funny. I got off of social media because I knew I wasn't posting enough about my business. So my answer was just not to go on. And I'm like, that's not really smart. Like now people don't see me at all and I don't see what other people are doing. So I hired Clover C to do my marketing, to do all my social posts. And what I loved was I got positive feedback from it. People were like, oh my gosh, your posts are so positive. They're so great. And it one speaks to them and the services that they provide. Yes. But it also spoke that people were looking and noticing. So again, it was just in those small tweaks. Yeah. So it didn't have to necessarily be a W-2 or a big, commitment, to that, something that was very small.
Yes. There are so many things you have to juggle as a business owner. And that's not even including your life outside your business. So, which it can consume you. And so I don't post on social media enough as well. I'm guilty of that. And I was trying to post something actually on Instagram this morning, and I posted it and I'm like, where did it go? I can't put the comment in that, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, I need somebody to take this over from me because I just, it's beyond me. And I honestly don't want to learn it. So,
Yep.
um, but yeah, so I think that's smart, is knowing where you need help and the strength, and then just get going out and getting that help.
Exactly. And you said it, and that's kind of exactly where I sit these days when you think about scaling or any sort of other services is there's all of these great things and technology is changing on the day to day, but where do I want to invest my time in it? And
Yeah.
do I want to, is the
Right.
other part of it. And so, at my age, at this time of my agency, like a lot of it's no, I don't want to take the time. So it's easier for me to make a connection with somebody and have them
Yes.
do it than it is for me to try to champion it and
I
take it on
love
myself.
that. And it's okay, right? It's not
Yes,
like, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad person because I don't do this. It's no, this is actually freeing me. It's managing your time wisely and your energy too. Because honestly, the frustration that would go into having to learn it all and do it all is, that costs you as well.
exactly.
So anyway, well, like I said, you're going to be a panel member on our Scaling Your Business Without Burnout. And I'm super excited. The conference is on March 20th and it goes from 9 until 6. It's going to be in Mesa, and we're at a new venue, which is gorgeous. So I'm excited about that.
Me too.
And so tell people what made you shift from corporate, because you were in a different industry, to insurance. I would love to know that.
Well, I had my shift was really in the fact that I needed to grow. And while I was
Mhm.
fortunate to grow uh, under the corporate umbrella, I needed to grow and I wanted to empower others. And I
Yes.
never had any real direct reports. I was always fortunate to have great work community,
Mhm.
but I wanted to offer more and not only to my customers, but also helping others, and others who maybe didn't have an opportunity that
Yeah.
I had. And so I was telling somebody the other day, like, kind of insurance was somewhat the widget. Like, I always knew I just wanted to be a leader and I wanted to help and empower others
Mhm.
and let them grow. And then insurance kind of found me, and I just loved the ethics to it, the integrity behind it. I was already a big State Farm fan. I
Uh-huh.
had trusted them to insure me, my
Yes.
life, my home, my daughter, everything. And so it made sense to look into what they had as an offering for insurance. Was because back in my corporate days, that was always a big point of pride that I had. I sold service contracts for elevators and escalators. And when those repairs came in and we saved our business owners thousands of dollars, there was a point
Mhm.
of pride behind that. And again, the integrity that stood behind it of we've got you, we've got your,
Absolutely.
this is where your agreement comes into place. And now I can do that, but to people personally, to you personally, and save you, and especially to business owners, saving them all of their hard earned dollars, keeping it in their pocket, whether it's through their coverage or even if it's through their time. Again, talking about
Mm.
scaling and where we want to
Yeah.
put our time in and adding to, it's do you really want to have to be in some circumstances on the phone trying to find an attorney because you were faced with an unfortunate lawsuit?
Yes. Yes. And that's so good. And so tell me the different kind of insurance you offer and the states that you offer it in, because I know that you're more than just Arizona.
Yeah. So home and auto is what State Farm's known for. Life insurance is actually the first policy that they've sold. So it's near and dear to our hearts. And then for me personally, business insurance, protecting business owners and, from their employees to workers' comp. We can provide all of that. And then we are able to service all of Arizona as well as Utah and then New Mexico as well.
Fantastic. That's so exciting. And do you have agents in those other two locations, or are all of you based here? I mean, I know you can do your work remotely, so that doesn't really
Exactly. Yes. Thankfully, we're able to service our team is anyway, as long as they're licensed here or in our state. But I do actually have an employee in Utah, as well as majority of our team though is based here in Scottsdale.
Awesome. Well, this has been so great. How can people get a hold of you? What's the best way for somebody to reach out to you to say, I need to talk with you about insurance?
Easiest way to remember is just suziglover.com.
Oh,
All of our contact information is on our website. It's my name, which is pretty easy.
yes.
And so, and then we've got a team that fields basically any sort of contacts through that. You can text us right through there. You can call us right through there or shoot us an email.
That's awesome. And I also wanted to mention, I mentioned this when I was interviewing Tish, that, you talked about giving back and empowering, and you do a lot to support the community you serve on the NABO board. And I love that organization. I do. The women in there and the education that you get is just so fantastic. So if you are not a member of NABO, you need to check it out. And all of the women that are in that room are just there to grow together, and it's just really beautiful, and it's business professionals, it's that are there they're serious about their business and growing it, and I love that.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think my business would be, I know my business wouldn't be as far as it has grown today if it weren't for NABO, just from the sisterhood. But like you said, all of the education, that people shared with me. And I didn't come in, I loved insurance. I didn't know about marketing,
Uh-huh.
and, didn't know any bookkeepers or CPAs. And so have all of those and those relationships of people I can trust, but also how it benefits me.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking this time with me and with our audience. And we hope that a lot of people watch this and get excited to meet you. And now they have got a little taste if they haven't met you before, and they can feel more comfortable coming up to you at the conference and saying, "Oh, I saw your video," or whatever, so that way they can make that connection, because you're a wonderful person and just such a wonderful story of success as far as a woman business owner. And I just appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be a part of this. So attended for a number of years, had my pom poms, and so excited to be up on the stage and share with others. So thank you.
Thank you.